Hello everyone, it's Melissa. Welcome back to my channel again. You guys, I mentioned in my last video that I was going to do a tutorial on a mini album using the new My Creative Time large treat bag. And so I have finished one, completed one, and I'm going to give you guys a tutorial on how to do the basic bones of it, so to speak. So what I used in mine is the large treat bag, and this is really all you need to make the album. But I also used the large prim hearts, I used the doily dies, I used a few other dies, and I just wanted you guys to know that you can decorate this however you want, but I'll show you kind of what I used. I also used one of my new favorite collections. This is the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Love Story, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and I would flip through this, but you guys, I have used so many of the pages, I don't have that many left. So let me show you the project, and then we will get right into this tutorial. So this is what I made. I did a really chunky, really chunky mini album, and I made a little spine for it, as you can see in the back. Let me get that up close for you guys. I made a little spine instead of doing the 3 rings. Now, if you want to go simple, and you're like, I don't have time for all that scoring and gluing, then you can do the 3 ring, but this really doesn't take that long. So I'm going to show you how to do the bones of it, the actual front and back album, the spine, and how to add the pages. But let me flip through this and show you guys how I decorated this, because I want you to know that when you purchase something pretty simple like this, and you can use it for so many different things. I mean, you can pull out literally any paper collection you have for any occasion. So I'm going to show you what I did with mine. So I used the prim hearts, as you can see in the front. I layered them up. I tucked them in. This is a piece of chipboard from the collection. This is a handmade flower that I made. There's some more chipboard accents on the front. I used some really cute gold thread to add a little interest to it. I used some seam binding in the front and the back. I tucked in between the cover and the layer on the front and the cover and the layer on the back, as you can see, so that it would be, nice and tidy. I added some little beads to my ribbon there to give it a little interest. And we'll flip through this for you guys. Now, these are just ideas. You can do yours however you want. I'm just showing you how I did mine, and then I will show you the bones of how to do it. So when you open it up, I used the little pocket that comes in here, which is, this piece here and the layering piece. And you can make that pocket face whatever direction you want. This time I face it up and down. I've got a little tag from the collection that I just stuck down in there. Some of that chipboard. I hand rolled the flower. I used, again, the pocket to make these 2 pieces. I have kept this open so you can tuck a picture down in there. You can put a picture on the front, and then you can embellish. Again, the same thing. I made the little pocket. I've got a little tag in there. Now, you can flip this tag over, and you can use it to do your journaling if you want. I think that would be cute. I added some more of those chipboard pieces, and then I just, added a little interest with some twine and whatnot. I used the heart doily die and one of the circle card layering dies to put on top of that. And I left this piece open, so that you can tuck something down in there, like a picture or whatnot. I just have this stuck there just, so it's kind of cute until you figure out what you want to put in it. Then on this one, I used a die for my stash. This is a heart die, and I took a piece of the ephemera, and I just sort of popped everything up so that it has dimension. Added some bling. Now this time I made my own pocket because I wanted to use this big piece, and I added one of the holiday bows. Again, I hand rolled the flower and just stuck in the middle, and I've got a journaling card, or I mean, you could put your photo on that if you wanted to. And then you could put another tag on the back if you wanted to journal it, because it would fit just perfectly. And then I left this page blank. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this as a photo page or if I'm going to do something fun there. It's the only one that I left blank. And then this one, I sort of did one of the little waterfall effects. Now, I did this sort of on the fly, so I didn't think about it when I was doing it, and if I were to do it again, I would suggest that you use magnets for this and nest your magnet on the in between these two layers. That way you don't have that Velcro piece there to, you know, to prohibit you from putting something there. But I didn't think about it until after I'd already layered everything up, and so it was a little bit too late. No big deal though, you know, I still think it turned out pretty cute. And like I said, I used this piece here, the layering piece, and I just cut the little waterfall pieces. I think I'll go back and mat these other sides as well so that people can journal on that I can journal on them. I just think that was cute. Super simple. So that is what I did with my mini album. I really love this collection, and I loved being able to use so much of it. And I liked the fact that I could make it chunky, and I'll show you why I did, or how I did that, as far as giving it space so that you can put things in there. Because I have made albums before where there's not enough space in there to get anything very bulky in there. So I wanted to make sure that I had room to be able to embellish, and that is why I did it this way. So to start with, what you're going to need, or what I did, if you're wanting to follow this tutorial, I cut 2 of these as normal. 2 of the large pieces here with the fold. 2 of those. Then I cut them again twice. And I cut them off at that score line. Cut on score line. That's why I just sort of put that there. And then I cut a piece of paper that is 3.5 by 3 7/8, and this is my spine. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to put this on your score tool, and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch, and then you're going to go 1/4, 1/4, and then you're going to go 1/2, 1/4, 1/4, and then 1/2, 1/4, 1/4. So that you're going to end up with something that should look like this, which is a piece of paper. I don't know if you can see this. There we go. So you've got 1/2 inch, 1/4, 1/4, 1/2 inch, 1/4, 1/4, so on and so forth. And the reason I did that is so that each one of my pages will have a 1/2 inch in between them. So this piece is what is the room that you have, and this piece is what you're going to connect to. And what I mean by that is you're going to fold on your different folds just like this. Can you guys see that? Does that make sense? So you're going to fold, and then you're going to take the 2 1/4 inch pieces, and you're going to fold those to where they're back to back. And then what you want to do is you want to run a bead of glue in those 3 spots there, in those 3/4 inch valleys. And you're going to pinch them together and hold them, let them sit. You can use glue, you can use score tape, however you want to do it. I use glue because I find that glue is great for longevity. That's what I like. Now, after you've done gluing all of your pieces, you're going to end up with a piece that looks like this. Pretty simple. Nothing to it. Now you have the 3 pieces that you're going to attach your pages to. So what I did was I took my 2 that are folded. I took this finished piece. I put glue on 1/2 of it. Only 1/2 of it, because I'm going to show you why. Okay. Put glue on 1/2 of that. And then you're going to want to try to center this as best as possible. And I just eyeballed it, you guys, so that you have the same amount of space on both sides. It's hard to see with the black, and I do apologize for that. I guess I could have used a different color, but this is what I had sitting on my desk at the time. So yes, you're going to glue that into the middle. Now you're going to go under here, add a little more glue all the way to the edge. This is how I did it. Again, you don't have to. Don't worry about getting glue if you get glue on that, because you're going to be gluing that anyway. And then I took this piece, and since you're not going to sandwich them all the way together, I did the same thing. I stood this up. I tried to get this in the middle, so let's go ahead and put some more glue Mine's a little wonky because I'm not doing, standing up and looking down and trying to look at the camera is so weird when you're doing tutorials. My tutorials never go well for that reason. So I stood my page up, I lined it up on the other side, I pressed in. Use your bone folder, really get in there. Okay, then I flipped it over, and you're going to notice that you don't have any glue on this side. So go ahead and glue this side. Get it all the way up to the edge. Don't worry about the fact that you have that line there, because when you mat it and cover it, it's really not noticeable, you guys. It's really not. So do that. Let that set. Make sure you're pressing, getting everything, getting that glue in there really good. And then you have your front and your back. And then you have your spine when you open it. Super cute. Now what you're going to do is, I have 3 of these mountains here. And you're going to need 2 for each mountain. And so what I did was I took one, put some glue on the bottom. And let's do it this way. Let's center it. And you're going to match it edge to edge and attach it to one of those mountains. All the way down into the spine. Crease it really good with your fingers. Then take your other piece, cover it all the way. Make sure you get glue. Enough glue that it's going to get a good hold and you're not going to have gaps. And you'll know what I mean. If you're a crafter, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. And then do the same thing on the other side and match these up. So, when you match them up, it's super sturdy because you have 2 layers, and I'm using 110-pound cardstock. You have 2 layers. Now, these are pretty stiff, so after I got all my pages in, I just sort of, trained them to go back and forth. And then all you're going to do is add your layers and then decorate. Like, how easy is that? So, because I have 3 of these, I would need 6 pieces of this cut and then cut on the score line so that you have all your pages. Now, if you do more pages, and you could make this piece even bigger and make this even wider. I think that's pretty wide. I mean, that's a pretty substantial, look, let's see, how much is it? It's like 2 1/8, I think, all said and done. So that's a pretty substantial spine. But once you do that and you add all your pages in, your book is pretty much done. All you got to do is decorate and embellish. So I wanted to show you guys an alternative way to do this as compared to, I did the other one. Let me bring it out in case you didn't watch the other video. I did the other one super simple because all I did with it was I just added pages. And then I didn't cut it all the way on the score line. I don't know if you can see this, but there's the score line. I cut it a little further down, and then I just 3-hole punched it. So this is a super, super simple way, super easy way. But I think this is also a beautiful alternative, and it's really not that time consuming. It makes a very nice book. So I wanted to share that with you guys to show you, there's a lot of different ways that you can use this particular die set. I love, 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 love it. I have tons of actual dies that are intended for mini albums, and they're all great. I love them. I mean, I love all my dies. But I was so surprised at how many uses this has. So I don't want you to sleep on it because it is a great, great basic builder. Even if you're new to the whole, paper crafting, it's perfect. So again, like I said, you can use it and make a 3-hole punched one, super simple. Add as many pages as you want, as many pages as your rings will allow you, or you can make a spine like that and decorate from there. And I think it turns out, either way, I think it turns out super precious, you guys. So I had to share that with you. If I wasn't clear about something, or you didn't catch a measurement and I didn't include it or something, I'll try to put all the measurements below. But if I didn't, you know, please, by all means, shoot me a message if I don't see it within a day or so. I promise I'll see it. Well, I say that, but you know what, you guys, I've noticed something, so please forgive me, and I wanted to say this too. I apologize if you have commented on any of my videos and I never responded to you, or it was like a week or two before I responded to you. I'm not getting notifications on every comment, and I don't know why. That's just, it's odd to me. I guess it's, I don't know if it's a YouTube thing, or if it's my internet thing, or if it's a phone thing. I don't really know, but I tried to go back and look at comments and see if I missed any, but you know, you never know. So I'm not trying to be rude. I want to read all your comments. I want to reply to your comments, because I certainly appreciate you guys leaving them. That means a lot to me. And I always forget to ask for you to give me, you know, a thumbs up, a like, and share if you would like to. Please, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of videos, and I don't do very many tutorials at all, because I feel like I fumble all over myself, and I feel like these tutorials are probably out there for everybody, you know, a million times over, and they're probably a lot better than the ones that I do. But I thought I would share with you guys after I made this how I made it, because I really did like the way that it turned out. So anyway, you guys, thank you again. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a fabulous week, and until the next crafty video, happy crafting.